Hi everyone, this is Laura and welcome to my channel. Today is Tuesday and I would like to share something with you guys today. I will be doing a tutorial on something that I think that might show a little interest, something I was playing with, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. I will be working with the banner dies that Diamond Dies has just released. And if you have not seen them, these are the new sets of nesting dies that was released by Diamond Dies. And this one is called the Labels 1. And this one is the banner die set. Now, this is the fishtail banners. I will be working with this set. And hopefully I will do another tutorial soon with this set. But in any case, one of the things that I love to do when I get a die set is I try to find as many uses as I can for them. I love to try to create things either outside of the box, or I try to use them in other ways other than what I usually see most people using them for. Now, generally with these dies, I've already created a layout where I actually took the biggest die and used that as a photo mat for photos, but still used the banner part to look like a banner. So now that I've used them in projects, I was thinking of using them to make some embellishments for projects. A lot of times there are certain things that are trending out there, and some of us just don't have it within our budget to keep buying more and more embellishments, or sometimes we just don't feel like giving in to the retail manufacturer world, and we'll see something that someone might have came out with, and we can say to ourselves, I can duplicate that at home. And most of the things that we do see nowadays can be duplicated with a little bit of imagination and patience. So for myself, I have always wanted the fishtail banner dies for that and that reason alone. I've always wanted to make embellishments. One of the embellishments that I love seeing on projects is the little flag embellishments. And like I said, I usually don't buy a lot of embellishments. I prefer to try to make my own embellishments. So that's what I would like to share with you today, making some embellishments rather than buying embellishments with the dies that we have at home. And I decided to use this fishtail banner. So I want to share that with you. So I'm going to put that aside. Let me put my sign away. And I did start working on some of these already, guys. I just wanted to quickly share what I've been making with you. Now, I've already cut... Oh, my camera's out of focus. I have cut many different sizes out already of this fishtail banner. And I've cut them in cardstock. I've cut them in white. I've even cut out some of the smaller ones, and I'll show you what I did with these. But for those of us who have been watching YouTube lately, one of the things that's trending really big right now, I notice, is chalkboard papers, chalkboard cards. I just saw a beautiful video that Brittany H did, making a beautiful card, and it was with the chalkboard effect. And I started thinking to myself when I saw her video, I love that effect. Oh, I would love, love, love some chalkboard products or embellishments. And I think it was one of the bigger companies. I can't really remember the name right now, but I did see where they brought out a whole line of chalkboard embellishments. And when I saw them, I said to myself, you know, that's funny because you can practically do that at home with any die set that you had, pretty much, and we could make our own embellishments. So that's what I decided I would do today. So, like I said, I cut out lots and lots of different shapes of these fishtail banners, and I just started playing around, and I wanted to share with you. Before I create one here with you, I want to share with you some of the ones that I made and what they look like. Now, this was the first time I was actually trying this whole chalkboard thing out, so bear with me, guys. So, like I said, I used different sizes, and this one did come out a little. First of all, you need really good white ink, guys. I have only this ink. It's was given to me by one of my sweethearts. It's called Frosted Crystal. It's not as crisp as I would want a white ink to be, but it was the only one I had on hand, so this is the one that I did use. I would have liked something maybe a little bit more whiter. This is a very frosted white, which is great for chalkboard, but you'll see what I mean in a moment. It is a pigment ink, so it will take a lot of time to dry, and I did not realize it was a pigment ink because it didn't say it anywhere, and I don't know if all white inks are pigment inks, but OMG, I didn't realize it, and it did cause a few problems, and I'll go over that too. So these are some of my little chalkboard fishtail banner embellishments I made. Now, this is a little stamp from Amy Tangerine, and with this particular one that I did do the white treatment, but then what I did was I put my finger in the ink pad, and I wanted to distress the sides with the white ink after I rubbed it in, and then I stamped out the camera, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't realize it was a pigment ink. So when I set the heat gun to it, what happened was, oh, please excuse my really bad fingers. What happened was the white embossing powder kind of stuck to the edges as well, which was still a nice little effect. But yeah, I didn't realize that was going to happen. I expected it to stay on the camera. And then, of course, if I use the white ink to cause the chalkboard effect, a lot of the embossing powders also got stuck. So it wasn't as neat as it could have been. But then I started learning. It's all about learning and practicing and playing. So by the time I made my second one, this time I did not use the embossing powder. I stayed with the Antiquities ink pad, but this is what I created. And with this one, I just used a stamp, and I used my white gel pen that my sweetheart Vicky gifted me. And I think this one came out much better now. Because of my lighting at home, you don't really get that chalkboard effect. I'm sorry, guys, because it's a really, the sun is now out at all. We just had 5 more inches of snow here, so it's not a really sunny day. That is just not good for filming. But I also did this one. Again, another fishtail banner. I used my Diamond Dye fishtail banner. I rubbed some chalk on it. I embossed this in white embossing powder, and then I just stamped that little sentiment there that says Moments. And I really, really fell in love with the way this one came out. Again, I used my white gel pen to outline the image, just to make it stand out against the chalkboard effect. Knowing that I couldn't use the embossing powders, I went with a white gel pen instead. And I think that really came out really cool. And then I just made lots of doodles around the edges with the same white gel pen. And that's how that one came out. And like I said, these you can use as embellishments for your layouts, for a card, on a tag, just about anything. And think of all the stamps you have in your stash, guys. With these fishtail banner dies, all that you can create, I mean, it's just endless. And then here I did another one. I used a little foam stamp that I have. And then I thought that maybe I could take some white letters and just have maybe a hello or hi friend, um, or any little words, maybe even some little baby alpha stickers. Um, and actually, I have a little Ola stamp that I could have put right there. That would have been perfect. So let me share with you how I created those little embellishments. Um, like I said, I cut out various sizes of these fishtail banner dies. I did use Recollections black cardstock, but you can pretty much use any black cardstock. I'm perfectly happy with the Recollections black cardstock. It is a nice, thick and sturdy cardstock. And like I said, I was watching Brittany H's channel, and she did an amazing card. And this idea with the whole chalkboard came from me watching her channel, and she inspired me to create some of these embellishments. Now, one of the things that she did was she took a baby wipe and she wet the baby wipe, not very wet, just damp enough. Well, how they come out of the container, but if they dried out, you want it just damp enough, not very damp, but damp enough. I just had to spray mine because it did dry out a little bit from leaving it on top of my desk. You want it slightly damp, not too much, the same as if you would put out a fresh new wipe from the container. And then you want to dip it into your white ink. And then you just want to kind of swirl it around, guys. And again, I'm not sure because of the very, oh my goodness, I'm forgetting how to speak, because of the sun not being out, the way where I'm sitting, the way the sun comes into this room. It's a very, very cloudy day. If this is even going to show up, but I'm hoping it will. Let's hope for the best here, guys. And I am loving, I am really liking all these wonderful videos that everybody has now with all these chalkboard embellishments. So see, and I went a little heavier than I really would normally go, only because I wanted to show on camera. So then after I did that, what I did was I took my white gel pen, and mine is really funny acting, guys. I don't know if your gel pen does the same thing, but then what I did was, like I said, it takes a lot. Sometimes it takes for it to be, she kind of gets stuck sometimes. Gotta get her flowing again. There we go. And then I just create these little, and you can do circles, you can do some pearl trims, maybe even some little rhinestones. For the sake of this video, I just wanted to do whatever I thought was the quickest and the fastest for you guys here, just to give you a quick idea. So I just did some faux stitching all around my banner. I find that when I did that with the other banners, it kind of brought out the chalked effect a little bit more. It made it stand out just a tiny bit more. Then I took a simple stamp. Any stamp that you have in your stash will do. And I inked it up real good with the white chalk ink. This one just happens to say I love you. And I stamped that down. And there you go, guys. And you have a beautiful embellishment. Now, what I like to do, since I really, really want it to pop a little bit more, then what I like to do is I like to take my gel pen and I like to go and just kind of outline. And this is not going to be one of those perfectly pretty embellishments because, of course, we're doing it freehand. But I just like to highlight certain areas of the stamp like I did with the plane. And I find that just brings it out just a little bit more. Now, of course, I'm trying to work here around my tripod, my camera, and my supplies. But this is how I made the other ones. And I will share that with you in one sec. I am really trying to find myself some more white gel pens, because this one is really, really awesome, but I think the ink might be running a little low. It's the only one I have, and I've been using it so much lately. And see, now this one has a lot of fancy schmancy scrolly things that I know I won't be able to duplicate. So what I like to do in that case is I just very roughly, almost making it look like it was purposely doodled as well, I will just come and just highlight what I think it's more important on the design. And then I'll leave everything else blank. See, and that's just to bring it out a little bit more. Like I said, I went a lot heavier on the ink than I normally would, only because we are having a really cloudy day and my camera's not picking up on the chalk and the effect of the chalk as much as I would like. But that's basically what you would do. And I would embellish this, maybe even take in some colored pencils and color in the heart in red and just let that pop out with some watercolor pencils, or even some chalks if you have different chalks at home. I do have some Pebbles chalk. You could probably maybe even do it in blue and then in red, whatever you would like. The possibilities are endless. And besides these that I have created, one other thing that I wanted and love the fishtail banner die set. One of the things that I had in mind was I love these little tiny ones. And the second to the smallest size is also another one of my favorites. And the reason I wanted this so badly was because this was the type of embellishments that I wanted to create. And to create this effect, all I did was add a toothpick. Yes, I said a toothpick. These are the pointy ones. They do have much bigger ones and nicer ones. But again, I did that chalkboard effect, and then I added a toothpick. So now I can add that to a card or a layout. I did do some other ones, not just in chalkboard. I did this one, and this was a piece of white cardstock, and I just inked it up with my distress inks. I used the Victorian Velvet, the Shabby Shutters, and the Squeezed Lemonade. And of course, that because of the overcast, you might not actually be seeing that. And then I added this little flower that I made with a little bling in the center. And then I hop that up on a toothpick. And it can go on a card, it can go on a layout, it can go on any project, a tag, maybe even as little placemats or on top of cupcakes. Like I said, those possibilities, they're just endless. Here I did the teeny tiny die. And again, I wanted to show you the difference between cutting off the tips and this. I just cut it off with one of my tools that I have for jewelry making. I'm not sure which one I like best, with it cut off or with the pointed tip yet, but these are just more examples of some more little banner embellishments that I created. And then I did this one again using that chalkboard effect. I put a little birdie there, and this one I actually did emboss with white embossing powder. And then this one here. So guys, this is some of my embellishments that I've been working on using my beautiful, wonderful, most loved banner die that I have received from Diamond Dies. I sure hope that this gets you guys inspired to maybe create some of your own embellishments, and it doesn't have to be just the fishtail banner die. You can basically do this with mostly all of your die sets. I am really excited to go back and play because I want to try to recreate some of those. I think it was Prima. I'm not sure. I think it might have been Prima I saw. I'm not sure who it was. But I was thinking of making some chalkboard embellishments with my Labels 1 die from Diamond Dies. So, and can you imagine like layering them? And even on this butterfly die cut, which is also another diamond die, chalking it up and then maybe putting a little phrase in the center and then having that on a layout. Oh yes, I am going to go back and play with this set now, and hopefully I'll be back with some more tutorials on more embellishments that I've made with my Labels 1 banner die and with my, well, I'm not going to share any more fishtail banner die embellishments. I think you guys pretty much get the gist of it. So I sure hope you give this a try, and if you do, please send me a message because I would love to see some of the embellishments that you come up with using your banner die from Diamond Dies as well. I will have a link to the Diamond Die website along with their Facebook page and the YouTube channel in the description box below. I will also have for you my coupon code, and please remember, if you decide to purchase any Diamond Dies and you put in my coupon code, which is Thanks Laura, you will receive 10% off of your dies, and any purchase order totaling more than $25 will receive free shipping. Thank you all for watching, guys. I hope to share some more projects with you real soon. Bye for now. Have a blessed day.